going on, everybody? Kelly, and I'm bringing you a brand new video today. Welcome to the back 10 out here at Lincoln Ridge. We are going to be finishing up the entire round out here at Lincoln Ridge today. Right now we are 4 under through the first 9 holes. The last hole that we played, hole 2, is a questionable par 4, but we did birdie it technically, or I think eagle it, because we did get the 2 on a par 4, but I'll take that, especially with this being our first scored round of the year. So starting out 4 down through the first 9 holes is going to put us in a really good spot on this back 10 out here. One thing I will let you guys know is that I feel super comfortable on the putting green right now. So as long as we can stay off the tee clean and get into some good spots and put ourselves in position for birdie, we should be able to shoot pretty well out here. One thing that I will mention is this back 10 is a little bit more difficult than the front 9 that we just played. There's a lot more open holes, a lot more distance on this back 10 here. So we're gonna have to be driving really well to get in a spot to get some birdies out here. But we're gonna jump into hole 10 here and see how well we can shoot out here. All right, hole 10, 310 feet, par 3. This is a pretty demanding tee shot. I'm gonna start the round out here with the Z Force. Gotta hit this initial gap here and have a lot of hyzer towards the end so we can get close to this basket. That was a great first drive to start out this round. That Z Force is breaking in really nice. Really stoked with our first drive here on this back 10. I think we should be in a pretty good spot to try and get a birdie here on a tougher par 3, I would say. Yeah, I don't normally birdie this one out here. So if we can get into a spot to start out this back 10 with a birdie, that would be absolutely huge. We're gonna take a look and see where that thing ended up. Hopefully didn't skip too far down the right side. Have a look at a birdie here. I actually think I got this wrong. The pin location is in the long pin location. As you can see, disc right there. Basket's like probably 100 out right now. So I'm gonna just do a little nice approach shot up there, just try and give ourselves a look at a par. That's it. Nice, that'll be perfect. Thought we were a little closer on that drive, but I'll take a par to start out the round. So one thing I do want to mention out here is on U-Disc, I'm just playing off of the course par. So hole 11 here is going to be technically a par 4, but it looks like it's in the shorter basket location. And I really think it should be a par 3, but I'm just going to go based off of what U-Disc is scoring. We'll take a look and see what we can do here on hole 11. This is definitely a bonus birdie opportunity out here, whereas usually I'm probably taking a 3 to 4 out here on hole 11. It's looking like 350 feet, slightly uphill. I'm gonna take one of my favorite distance drivers that I have in the bag right now, and that's gonna be the ESP Scorch. It's gonna be well short of where I would like it to be, but I'm all right with that since this is playing as a par 4. So I really wanna highlight the Scorch as a mold itself, not just the ESP Scorch. I highly recommend checking out an ESP Scorch if you haven't tried throwing one yet. It's a very good distance driver for if you have a slower arm speed like mine, or if you have a faster arm speed, you can even use this thing for nice hyzer flips, and it has a little bit of fade at the end too, which is nice. And we're gonna take a look and see where this drive ended up and maybe have some sort of jump putt look at an eagle. I'll take the birdie. All right, we'll take that birdie. All right, jumping into hole 12 here. This is another par 4 that probably should be a par 3. That's like a common theme out here in Ohio and Kentucky golf that I've been noticing, as opposed to where I'm used to in Michigan. Everything's basically a par 3 unless you're playing like toboggan or really long courses. But this one, hole 12, is going to be 365 feet in the A pin location. We're gonna take the ESP Scorch here again. Try and put this thing out on the right side and just have a little bit of fade towards the end, not skip too far off to the left. That is absolutely parked under the basket. Really stoked on how that Scorch is flying right now. One of the things that I always tell people when they're first starting out is you want to start out throwing putters, mids, getting very comfortable throwing those, getting the form dialed in, and then leading your way up to faster fairway drivers, faster drivers. I really think that once you get to that comfortable point in your game and you feel comfortable moving up to a distance driver, you could definitely pick up a Scorch in Z plastic, ESP plastic, or probably any of the plastics that they make the Scorch in. This disc is very, very beginner friendly. We're gonna take a look and see how close we ended up here on hole 12. Hopefully pick up a birdie here. Man, another great birdie there. On to hole 13 here, 317 feet. Says it's a par 4, definitely be a par 3, slightly downhill. So I'm gonna take a mid-range here with my Buzz SS. Really liking this thing for really straight shots that don't have too much finish towards the end. I'm gonna try and throw this thing out on the right side a little bit, because depending on how I throw it, it will have a little bit of fade, but we're gonna see if we can get this thing down there and get ourselves into a position to get another, what would be, I think, a birdie. That should be in a decent spot. I luckily missed all those trees out on the right side, but we're probably short of the basket a little bit. Yeah, ended up well short of the basket here. We're definitely gonna have what's called like a death putt here. I'm gonna give this thing a run and try to get this birdie here, but if we miss, it's probably rolling down the back of the hill here. Sit. Oh my gosh, we got so lucky there. That hit off the top. I actually thought it was going in, but it hit off the top and luckily sat down. Oh my gosh. Little uphill putt, try and make here. There we go. Pick up the 3 there. All right, through 4 holes now, we have basically hit 3 birdies. So that's gonna put us at a total of 8 down right now in total. I definitely would put an asterisk next to some of these par 4s because they're probably par 3s like I've mentioned a couple times. Holes 14 and 18 here are considered extra holes out here at Lincoln. So we skipped 14 and through 18, we're on to 19 now. We're gonna try and keep this up. We're playing really, really well out here right now. Drives are really good, and putting is also feeling phenomenal right now. We're gonna try and keep this up and on to hole 19 now. All right, hole 19, par 3, 279 feet. This is a massive just hyzer out to the right side. Gonna take the ESP Raptor here. Gonna be short of the basket. It's gonna be an open look for a birdie, but definitely a jump putt. Definitely would have liked to have been closer here, but we're gonna give this thing a jump putt. Going. Oh, that was so close. Dang, I wanted that one. All right, hole 20, 270 feet, par 3. Another opportunity to get a birdie out here on a shorter hole. Gonna take that same ESP Raptor, but we're gonna throw it on a forehand this time. This line lines up best for the forehand here, so we're gonna try and pump through this gap pretty straight and just have a little bit of fade towards the basket and hopefully sit under that green. Go in. Oh, a little short, but definitely an opportunity for a birdie. That forehand was really good there. Really good shot there. We probably only got about a 20-footer to hit here for a birdie. There we go. All right, hole 21, 315 feet, par 4. It plays super uphill though. It probably plays every bit of like, I'd say 350, between 350, 375. I'm gonna take that ESP Scorch here, try and get this thing on this right gap, miss all those trees up there and get somewhere up there. If we can get a birdie here, that would be huge. That's unfortunately what I normally do on this hole. I don't give the disc enough height and then it just digs into the ground. So we'll have a short approach shot to try and get up and down for a birdie here. Oh, if that had more height, that was going in. That just hit the pole. That's sick. All right, dropping birdie on par 4 here. We'll take it. On to hole 22 here now, 300 feet. It is directly downhill. The basket is pretty much dead straight ahead, but it has a sloped green down towards some water. There's a small pond down there. I know a ton of people lose discs down there. So I'm gonna try and throw something pretty wide out right, a little bit overstable, or I would say pretty overstable. We're gonna go with the DGA Quake here. Just try and throw this thing out wide and end up with a birdie here on 22. Sit. A little shorter than I would have wanted, but we didn't end up in the water, so that's good. All right, about a 60 or 70 foot jump putt here. Oh, I didn't give that enough height at all. That was a terrible effort on that jump putt. Really would have liked the birdie on that one, especially since it's so downhill and only about 300 feet, but we'll walk away with a par and move on to 23. Hole 23, 300 feet, directly uphill, so the complete opposite of what 22 was. This is a pretty tough hole. This one is a real par 3 that it says on the sign, so we're gonna have to pump something up there pretty good. I'm gonna take that Scorch again, try and give this thing a little bit more height and just pump this thing up there as far as I can. Get up there. Nice, that should be in a pretty good spot. That's probably one of my better drives on this hole that I've ever had. So I forgot to mention the flight numbers of the Scorch. Those are gonna be 11, 6, -2, 2. So it's 11 speed driver, 6 glide, which is super nice. I like to have a driver that has a little bit more glide to it for my arm speed. Got the -2 turn, which makes it a little bit easier to throw, but also has a 2 fade at the end, so it has a nice reliable finish. Things flying really, really nice. I can't wait to see how that thing breaks in. I'm gonna take a look and see where my best drive ever landed up on 23 here, trying to end up with a birdie here. All right, still a little bit of ways out, another jump putt here, but like I said, this has been my best drive. Typically I end up well short of where I'm actually at, so I'm super stoked on this. Sit. Sent it up and over the top. Take a 3 on that one. That's what I typically take on here. Would love to get a 2, but I'll definitely be back to try and get a 2 sometime. Hole 24 and the final hole out here at Lincoln Ridge, 519 feet, par 5. This thing is an absolute downhill bomber. I'm gonna stick with the ESP Scorch here. I'm really loving this thing right now. I wanna see how this thing flies when I can just let it rip out to the right side there, see how far we can get it down there. Didn't get as much as I would have liked on it, but we're gonna be in a great spot down there to end up with hopefully birdie on this last hole here. All right, still about probably 150 to 200 out. A little bit of a headwind out here, so I'm gonna take my Z-Glow zone off to this right side. Basket's just tucked behind those trees out there. Get up there, skip up there. Nice, let's go. That was a great approach shot. We'll have a look at a 3 here. Nice. We'll take that 3 there. What a great round. All right, that is going to wrap up the back 10 out here at Lincoln Ridge. Man, what an amazing round that we had out here today. The game is feeling really good. One thing that I will say is we need to start driving just a little bit better, so I'm probably going to start focusing on that a lot in the upcoming videos that we're gonna be having coming out. Putting is feeling phenomenal. I'm really, really stoked on how my putting is right now, and I'm really, really comfortable on the greens. We ended up shooting 6 down or 6 birdies here on this back 10. I know there's some questionable par 4s and even probably this last hole being a par 5 that they should probably just be birdies that I'm getting out here, but I put them in and ended up with the score of a -12 out here at Lincoln Ridge, which is really, really good for myself. I'm super, super stoked on that. We'll definitely be back out here to try and beat that this year. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video and hanging out with me here at Lincoln Ridge. If you did like the video, make sure that you leave a like down below. Let me know what you think about Lincoln Ridge, and let me know what you think about the mustache that I have going on right now, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button because we're going to be bringing you more videos here on the channel. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.